If you want to study in Germany but you are worried about the blocked account, then this video is for you. Today we are going to talk about a fully funded scholarship that will cover your tuition fees, your living expenses, accommodation, and your flight from your home country to Germany. This scholarship covers both undergraduate and postgraduate studies. But before we get into it, if you are new here, you are welcome to my channel, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe, like, share and comment and help support my channel. Let's get started. Today we are at the SBW Berlin website, and we are going to talk about their fully funded scholarship that supports international students in Germany. It says the SBW Berlin Scholarship for International Students supports talented young people from abroad who have already shown social commitment and who use the skills they have acquired during their studies and after their studies in social projects at a non-profit or social organization in their home countries. We are starting with the benefits. It says for the duration of the scholarship, maximum funding period is equivalent to the regular period of the study program. The funding period is equal to the number of years you are going to study your program for. SBW Berlin covers the necessary living expenses of the scholarship recipients. The scholarship includes a furnished room in shared student flats, so you are going to get an accommodation, cost of living allowance currently in the amount of €480 per month. This is the amount you're going to receive to cover your living expenses. This does not include accommodation because you already have an accommodation here. It covers your tuition fees, possibly also a travel contribution for the journey to Berlin before the start of the course of study and for the journey home after successful completion of the course. It's also going to cover your travel allowance from your country to Berlin and after your program from Berlin back to your home country. First payment can only be made after the scholarship recipient has moved into the shared student apartment. Part-time jobs are generally not approved by SBW Berlin. This means that if you get the scholarship, you don't have to do any part-time job because you'll be receiving this amount each month to cover your living expenses. Then we have duration of funding, and it says the duration of funding is at least 30 days up to a maximum of 48 months. The respective standard of study is decisive. Funding is granted on a periodic basis, usually for upcoming semester. It's a maximum of 48 months because this scholarship is for both undergraduate and postgraduate studies. So if you're applying for an undergraduate program for 4 years, this scholarship is going to cover it. It's a master's program or a PhD program, this scholarship is going to cover it. Then here we have target group for SBW Berlin Scholarship for International Students. Foreign nationals whose countries of origin appear to be in particular need of support in their development, and then holders of a student visa or residence permit for the purpose of taking up or pursuing studies. So if you fall in any of this category, it means that you can make the application. Then we have requirements for the SBW Berlin Scholarship for International Students. The first requirement is that you have to be between the ages of 18 and 30. That is the first requirement, so there is an age limit. Then we have professional or volunteer experience in the non-profit social sector, supported by letters of recommendation from the social institution or non-profit organization, have demonstrably not resided in Germany for more than 18 months prior to the application. You should have a university entrance qualification, that is your certificate, intention to work for at least 18 months in the country of origin after graduation, or to engage in charitable activities in Germany until the repayment plan is fulfilled. So with this scholarship, you can decide to come back to your country to work for 18 months after you graduate from your program, or you can also choose to engage in charity work in Germany until the repayment plan is fulfilled. Then we have proving relatively low net income, average grade equivalent to a German grade point average of at least 2.0. This is the GPA they are looking for. No first degree family members permanently residing in Germany. And the last one is application before the start of studies or fully enrolled in the first, second or maximum third semester at a state-recognized university in Germany or abroad, or application for a master's degree shortly before or after obtaining a bachelor's degree. These are the requirements you have to meet before you make this application. Now it says here that interested applicants should note that an application for a place at a university or University of Applied Sciences in Berlin or Potsdam is required. Before you apply to this scholarship, you have to apply for a place at a university, and it has to be in Berlin or Potsdam. So you can use my German university. If you don't know, I'm going to leave the link up here so you can check that video and see how to access my German university. When you go there, you can just put in Berlin or Potsdam and see the universities that are in that area and make an application. You have to apply for a place before you make this application to the scholarship. This is done separately to the scholarship application. That is, applicants are responsible for this themselves. Then we have expectation towards interested applicants, interest in social commitment and in the development of social projects, collaboration, past and future with a non-profit or social institution in the home country, good academic performance, continuing education plan after graduation, transparency and clear communication regarding professional goals, no financial support of family member or third parties through the scholarship program possible. Then here we have deadlines and application documents. SBW Berlin does not charge any application or processing fee, so application is free. There is no fixed application deadline. Applications are accepted all year round, so you can make an application at any time of the year. As long as you have applied to a university, you can make this application. When applying for the scholarship, proof of the applicant's social commitment in the form of letter of recommendation from a non-profit organization or social institution is required. The non-profit organization or social institution submits the letter on behalf of the applicant as a PDF to this email address. After carefully reviewing the letter, outstanding prospects will be granted access to the application form. This basically means that you can't just make an application to the scholarship. You have to be involved in a non-profit or any social institution, and you have them send a letter of recommendation to this email. The letter should talk about your involvement in the non-profit organization and your contribution to helping people. They should send it to this email. When they review the letter and think that you stand out and you deserve the scholarship, then they are going to grant you access to the application form. Only complete application can be considered. Applicants must submit at least the following documents. The first one, a letter of recommendation from a non-profit organization or social institution or one of SBW Berlin's partner organization by email. That's what we just mentioned. Then an application form. A link will be shared with outstanding applicants. So this is what is going to happen. That is the process of application. When you are selected after your recommendation letter is sent, these are the documents you need to submit to make an application. The first one is project description. You should describe a project you want to be involved in after your program. They have a document which explains how to write the project description at the home page, so you can check that. Then qualification for university entrance, that is your certificate. Information about net household income. If you want to understand this, you can look for 11 at the bottom of this page and it will give you more explanation into this. Copy of the last school or university certificate that shows the grade point average and a grade overview. This is your transcript. Certificate of higher academic degree, high school diploma or university certificate. So high school diploma for those applying for undergraduate and the university certificate for PhD or masters. If available, copies of the following documents should also be included. Admission to a university or University of Applied Sciences in Berlin or Potsdam. So you should note that the university should be in Berlin or Potsdam. Internationally recognized language certificate for the language in which your studies will be taught. So if your program is in English, you should submit English language certificate. If your program is in German, then German certificate. But you have to note that it says if available. If you don't have it available, you don't have to submit these. If you want more information, you can check the 12 at the bottom of the page. All already obtained university certificates and records of achievements, graded and ungraded, all previous work, training, apprenticeship and internship certificates and references. So if you have any of these, it can really boost your application, so you should add all of them. We recommend that all applicants submit the following documents, which are not mandatory. 1 or 2 letters of recommendation from professors, school teachers, employers, etc., evidence of the net household income, so you can check 13 at the bottom of the page. If you have these, you can add it to your application. It is not mandatory. Any of these things I just mentioned are not mandatory, so you just have to submit the mandatory one. But if you have them, it can boost your application. The application and all enclosed certificates and supporting documents must be submitted in German or English. If the original document was issued in another language, we also ask for a translation into German or English. Then for your project description, you are going to come down here. There is a document to help you write it. You just click it and access the document. Go through it and see how you are going to write it. The document I was just going through is the guideline, so you can also click this and access that. Go through it into details and get all the information I couldn't give you today. Good luck to all those who are going to apply, and I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment and help support my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.